What's going on, guys? Want to learn how to build a trap in 3 days and be able to absolutely demolish solo marches? Then stay tuned, because you're about to find out. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Worthy Prince coming at you with a new Lords Mobile video, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you and showing you how to make a fully functioning solo trap that will allow you to absolutely annihilate anyone that sends a solo march to you. Okay, now we're talking at this level at the moment probably just up to T3, because this is a brand new kingdom I'm in and nobody's got T4 yet, so there will need to be some adjustments if I'm going to take a T4 hit. So do bear in mind this is a T3 solo trap at the moment. So a lot of people have asked me to make this video and tell them exactly what you need to do to make it. There's not a lot of content out there telling people exactly what they need to do, which is why I felt the need to kind of make this video for you. This trap I've built has been tested by the Overlord, and as you saw from the battle report at the start of the video, he lost his whole march, he lost his leader. They even done a rally, a 500,000 rally, and hit me with it and still didn't burn me. But that's beside the point, guys. Let's just get back on topic and show you exactly how you go about doing this. The first thing you need to know is it's going to take some investment. If you plan on doing this free to play, you are going to seriously struggle. You're looking at around about $100 to $150 worth of investment to be able to build up something like this in such a short period of time, okay? Now, before we get into this, guys, you have to remember the one rule, the cardinal rule of making an account like this. And that is really, you don't want to get yourself into Fury. You know, at the end of the day, Fury for a trap is bad. You don't want to be in Fury at all. Even at Castle 17, I only get a 4-minute Fury, so I'm not really too worried about people setting rallies on me. But if you get 5 or 6 players put around you and decide to give you a bit of a gangbang, a bit of a cuddle, you know, that's not going to potentially go too well. So you really don't want to get yourself in that situation. You want to have the option to put your shield up at any point that you need to, just as a, you know, emergency precaution. So stay away from getting yourself in Fury. Now, let's get down to the actual build on how you go about doing this. I get so many questions. What troop composition are you using? What research did you do? How could you have that many troops at your might that's so low? You know, that's how a trap's meant to be, guys. It's meant to be looking pretty sneaky and make you think you can beat it when you can't. So let's get straight into this, and we will just start with the research. Now, you don't want to do too much research, because research, as great as it is, means you're going to be adding so much more might to your castle. So let's get into the research. So economy. As you can see, I've hardly touched economy. All I've got is my level 7 construction speed. I wouldn't recommend going any higher than level 7 for this trap, because level 8 is going to add another 130,000 might. That's a lot of might to add just for a few percentage of construction speed. I would rather wait or spend a few more speed ups than have all that extra might. I've done a little bit on thought management and level 6 on weight training, because I don't want to send too many troops out when I'm gathering, and you need to gather. To build this account, you've got to gather, and I'll get back to that very shortly. But level 6 on weight training, all of these economies, all these RSS boostings, not interested, you can keep them. Defense tree, as you can see, I've done a little bit. Now, I wish I never done this, to be honest. I've done this pretty much to just finish off a hell event. I wish I never did. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't have done any of that. But as you can see, nothing else has been touched, and it will stay that way. Don't go near defense. Now, military, this is the one you need to work on. This is the most important one. Now, intelligence report, could kind of leave that. You don't really need to scout people. You could kind of leave that alone. But I decided to do level 8 on the intelligence report. Now, quick maneuvers, level 8, because sometimes I do like to attack. You know, I did say don't go in Fury, but I sometimes like to. It also makes my hero walk a bit faster and my gatherers move a bit faster. So I kind of felt that that'd have more benefit to me than the negative, to be honest. But what you really need to work on are these military stats, these offense. Get them up to level 7, which is the max for Academy 17. Siege attack, you don't need to worry about. Defense, as you can see, I've done ranged and cav up to level 5, because range and cav are not going to be on my front line, but infantry will be. So infantry defense maxed out for this academy at level 7. Move up, we've got the T2s unlocked. We then got our HP, again, all level 7 on the HP. Moving down, the T3 is unlocked. Now, at Castle 17, I do have the option to research fire trebuchets, get my siege durability up a little bit, toughness and attack, and unlock the army offense. But for Academy level 17, the max I can get to is level 2. It will then require Academy 18, and I personally don't feel that 3% army attack is going to benefit me too much considering the amount of might I'm going to increase. I would much rather have a bunch more troops than add all that might. So I decided to leave that alone. Unless I decide to increase the power of this trap by upping the building levels, then I may look at doing some army offense. But at the moment, there really is no need for it. So that's basically the military. I've also done some Monster Hunt, not too much, just a bit at the beginning and a bit on the second one. I will not be researching Monster Hunt 3. I will just be doing this bit here for Monster Hunt 1 and 2 because some of the gear that I use for this trap you can only get from hitting the monsters on the map. So that being said, I needed some Monster Hunting research. It's might I didn't really want to add, but it's going to benefit me in the long run. So we've got some Monster Hunt research. The rest of this stuff I am not even going to touch. We've got defense 2, not even going to bother. Military down here, I've done some of the subsidies. Archers and cataphracts are something I use on this trap, so I decided to do some of the subsidies there. One on the gladiators, I then stopped because I realised that to get anywhere down here to unlock quick swap and all that stuff, you need to increase the academy level. At this point of the game, I don't want to be doing that, so there's no point in me researching anymore. If anything, I might do a couple of more of the gladiator subsidies, but right now I don't need to touch it. Okay, so moving swiftly on to army leadership. I have done nothing there, no need for it whatsoever. Military command, again, nothing done, no need. And familiars, yeah, we won't be doing any of that. So so that's how the research is looking, and you know, military is really all you need to focus on. As you can see, I do have some of the familiar buildings unlocked, but they won't be going any higher than level 5, apart from the monster hole that's level 6, because only familiar I'm interested in is Aquarius. That's the one I want because that's going to help me boost up my heroes a little bit quicker with the skill that Aquarius has. Let's have a quick look because I cannot remember what it's called. It's called Refreshed, and that's going to give me extra stamina to be able to sweep faster and more frequently to try and get my heroes up to gold. So that's how the familiar area looks. RSS buildings, oh my god, yes, none. No RSS buildings because I do not want the might. The building might that those buildings will add is quite a bit, and I don't want any of it. So those buildings are gone. Now, looking over at the manors, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 manors, which is quite a lot. We've got 3 barracks at level 17, and we've got 4 hospitals. Now, I don't have a lot of hospitals. To be honest, beds only at 90,000, but as you saw from the first battle report, I took a 230,000 T3 march, only 20,000 or 30,000 went into the beds. So, you know, realistically, is someone going to solo me and put more than 90,000 in the bed? I highly doubt it. Eventually, I may take a couple more manors away, and I may put another couple of hospitals in just to increase those beds a little bit. But right now, this works good for me because it allows me to train troops at a decent speed. Right now, I'm able to train gladiators. Let's have a quick look. 3,960 of them. It takes me 10 hours. That's not a lot of time at all to train 3,960 gladiators. Okay, while we're here guys, let's get into the troop composition. This is one of the most important parts about being a solo trap. As you can see, these are my tier 1s. Total troop count is 1.43 million troops. It's looking pretty good. They certainly don't expect that when you hit a 14 million level 17 base, I can assure you. Archers, 426,000. Cataphracts, 430,000. No grunts. Then moving over to gladiators, we've got 282,000 gladiators, a little bit of sharpshooter and reptilian rider, and then going up to the T3, just under 100,000 of each. I still need to train a few royal guards because my royal guards did take a bit of a hammering the other day after I'd done some attacks, but all in all, it's looking pretty good. That's basically how I do it. Now, the reason why I set myself up like this is because when someone attacks me, I don't have any of the formations unlocked. So the default formation is going to be infantry phalanx. So when they hit me, all they're going to run into is those glads and those royal guards. Now, the archers and the cataphracts are going to do absolutely tons of damage because there's quite a high number of them, but none of them are going to get hurt. Every time I've been hit so far, the gladiators have taken damage, but I've actually lost none of my archers and none of my cataphracts. And the solo march that's coming at me just cannot handle that many troops hitting them at the same time. So that's how I go about doing it. Now, you may say, well, if you're set up in infantry, after they hit you the first time, they may come back at you in cavalry phalanx or full cavalry. Well, they're welcome to. They're welcome to come back at me in cavalry, because if they hit me in cavalry, then all these archers, the 426,000 archers, plus all of the extra archers I've got on T2 and T3, are absolutely going to shred that cavalry that comes at me. So it really doesn't work. So yeah, going forward, making this trap stronger, I will be increasing the gladiators, increasing the number of T1 up to maybe 600 or 700,000 of each one of those, just to, you know, increase as players around me get stronger and get better gear. It's important to keep the troop count up, but that's the thing to remember, guys. When you're building a trap, it's all about troop count. You can have great gear and good stats, but it comes down to numbers. It's a numbers game, and if you've got more troops, you're going to be able to do more damage and defend better. So, you know, that's how I would go about doing it when it comes to building your solo trap. It does take quite a bit, guys, to build this amount of troops. It takes a couple of gem packs, maybe a boot camp pack. It's going to take a bit of investment to get there. But guys, if you keep at it, you'll definitely get there, as I lose connection from my game, which is always a fantastic thing to happen when you're in the middle of recording a video and it doesn't want to go back on. So that's great. There we go, and we'll get there eventually, guys. And there we go, we're almost back online. So yeah, you know, that's basically how you set up your troops, and this works in numerous situations. If you look at big rally traps, they have a very similar setup, just obviously much higher numbers of troops. It works really well, it really does. Okay, moving on to the heroes. You know, heroes don't mean too much, to be honest, at this point of the game, because, you know, none of them are rank 7, none of them have got the attacks unlocked yet, but you just have to work with what you've got. So Oathkeeper, great infantry hero. He's got the HP, defense, the HP and the attack. Forget about the food production, we don't need that. But Oathkeeper's a great one to use, considering you are infantry front line. You need that infantry boost, so Oathkeeper's definitely one to work on, like I'm doing right now. Bombing Goblin, of course, for that army attack, very good. Snow Queen for the archery, you know, for the range, should I say. She's got HP, defense, and she's got attack, so build her up as much as you can. The cavalry one is going to be Child of Light for me. I'm working on it at the moment. Child of Light is definitely going to be my cavalry hero, and I'm probably going to need another infantry hero. To be perfectly honest, it's probably going to be Demon Slayer when I get around to opening him up and building him up. But that's the way I would go with the 5 heroes for the wall, that is. So Oathkeeper, Bombing Goblin, Snow Queen, Child of Light, and Demon Slayer. There is, of course, that other hero. What's that person's name again? Oh yeah, Rose Knight. Very good hero, but of course it takes some time to unlock Rose Knight, because you've got to do a hell of a lot of work in the elite hero chapters to sweep her and unlock her. Of course, later on down the line, she will definitely go into the lineup, but for now, work with those 5 heroes, because they're going to give you the best, you know, boom for your buck. When someone attacks you, they're going to give your troops a really good boost. So we've gone through heroes, we've gone through troop composition, we've gone through research. Let's take a quick look at the gear. So I'm just going to go to my cabinet for this. Free-to-play war gear. Have a look at my channel. I've got a video, the best free-to-play war gear in Lords Mobile. Have a quick look at that video, because that's the gear I use. You can see I use the Indulgent Visage. Very good piece of gear, giving you infantry and ranged attack. Going for the Fiery Tomahawk, which is nicely jeweled up at the moment, which is really cool. You can see I got a blue and a green jewel in there. That's going to be ranged infantry and cav. We then go for Armour of the Abyss, because that's giving me the wonderful, delicious, yummy army attack. We always like army attack. We then move over to the Lunar Scimitar, that's giving me fantastic army max HP and ranged attack. So that's the one to go for. Honeycomb Chaps for the legs. We've got cavalry, we've got range defense. That's the one you want to go for there. And for the accessories, none other than the Lost Island Relic for the infantry, the ranged, and the army HP. That's the gear you want to go with. Now, I know you don't have quick swaps. That's fine. You sit there as a level 17 castle, chilling in your free-to-play war gear, you know, your blue hero, and someone sees you, someone bigger sees you, and they think, oh, what a lovely target. I bet he's got lots of RSS and some kills for myself too. they hit you, and oh dear, bye bye troops. They're gone. And I will definitely be bringing you some videos, guys, because so far I've done so many caps against some of the people in this kingdom. We had WoW recently, and literally I was in the forest, and the overlord, or person that had the base, he wasn't quite overlord at that point, done that 230,000 march on me that you saw at the start of the vid, and it just got wiped. Captured his leader, thank you very much. And then I scouted him, he had nothing in his base, and I literally burned him out the forest. It was so cool. I wish I could have shown you guys, because then he pardoned. Once they won the base, they pardoned. It was just hilarious. So one last thing I will say to you guys, it's another big cardinal rule. Don't be scared or afraid or ashamed to press the shield button, because sometimes you just need to. I took a hit and I shouldn't have took it. I had more gladiators than I showed you. I had about 350,000 gladiators, and that overlord, I had his leader, he wanted it back. Now they chucked a 500,000 rally at me, and I didn't burn, I smoked, but they walked away. That's the big thing, they walked away, which means they got my battle report. Then the overlord done the rally on me with no leader, a leaderless rally, but it was 900,000 T3. Now leader or no leader, that's a lot of troops to deal with when you're a little trap like me. But I decided to give it a go. I wanted to test the boundaries of my trap, and I didn't burn. I actually won by 2,000 troop deaths, which was fantastic. But I took about 180,000 red T2 infantry. Ouch. Not nice at all. The second time he rallied me, I ported halfway across the map, shielded, and then reload again, which made them walk 2 hours home, which was awesome. But, you know, I had a lot of fun with them, but at the end of the day, they took massive losses, but I took also some pretty huge losses. So don't ever be scared to hit that shield button and say, I'll live to fight another day, boys, because sometimes you just have to. That's just the way it is. Anyway, guys, I hope you found this video informative and helpful. I will bring you some more videos soon showing you actually me trapping live, you know, watching these people hit me. I wish I'd have recorded the hits I've had recently, I really do. Another thing is, thank you for the over 800 subscribers. Oh my God, we're killing it. Keep going, guys. We're nearly at that 1,000 target. As always, stay safe and peace out.